What? Hello, welcome back. Where's my game? Here's my game. Hello. Welcome back to another, hopefully the final episode of this season of Timberborn. So, as I said before, as I promised, I literally have not played since the last stream because we're so close to just wrapping this up. I feel like any extra time I put in off screen is basically going to make this stream even smaller. So I suspect that we have about an hour of time, maybe more than an hour, but I'm anticipating at least an hour of beaver time for us to get all the last few things here finished up, done and dusted. As you can remember, I believe we were just ready to soft launch our little carousel here. Speaking of which, I gotta tear down the scaffolding, let the battery collect some power. Let's see. We're still working on this, on the redirect for the bad tide. Everything here is fine. I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was something here I wanted to build. I don't think so. So our first monuments did get built. As you remember, the goal of the last session of this whole thing is to get the monuments built. As you can see, we have 2 of the 3 monuments. Well, technically there's 4 monuments, but we're not gonna be building this one. This one requires a lot of stuff that we simply just don't have access to. I'm thinking next season, our next goal for whatever season we do next is gonna be 1, to unlock the bots. So next season we can anticipate bots to be a major part of our Timberborn session. So we're gonna try to get these. And then the final thing will be to have the bots build the earth recultivator, or if we end up doing the iron teeth, we'll do, what is it, like the beaver launcher? That sounds like a fun idea. But yeah, speaking of which, we do have this one, bronzer of bonding. We have the farmer monument. We had, emphasis on had, the fountain of youth and prosperity, whatever it was called. This one, fountain of joy. However, we learned the hard way that the fountain of joy needs to be 1 layer lower than, on top of water. It has to be in water. It can't be on top of water. So we're slowly waiting for the resources here to get built. We got 20 metal blocks there to be stored, but unfortunately we're just waiting. Speaking of which, let me go back over here to the happy fun time. Looks like we're still, can this not be reached? Of course it can't. What luck. Lucky me, none of this BS can be built. How can we achieve this goal? The best way to do that would obviously to tear this down. That's a little annoying. So we would probably have to break this and then build like an overhang. So we're gonna probably end up doing probably like a 2 wide, and then we're gonna have to do like a 3, just so that they can build. How frustrating. And then obviously we're gonna put that at high priority because we're not here to waste our time. This, I don't know why that needs to be. There we go, we got it. So thankfully this is operational, and this is only backup power for whenever the wind does stop. That will be able to keep this carousel going, because I don't think it even needs that much power. Looks like it needs like 400 things. Maybe it doesn't need a little more power than just like this little wimpy windmill, but that's fine. It's turning, it's doing its thing. We're gonna go on super fast build mode. Make sure this is all getting built, because we're also waiting for this over here to get built as well. If I remember correctly, yeah, they should be working on getting that blocked off so that all the water can just went out of here. So hopefully you've had a fantastic beaver week. I'm trying to think, did anything, well, I mean, there was some significant stuff that happened in the news, but not the kind of stuff I want to talk about. So I'm trying to think. Nintendo Direct, they just had a Nintendo Direct like this morning. I remember I was up at 3 in the morning because I'm a psychopath, and I got to see the Nintendo Direct. It was unintentional. I just happened to be up and they were doing it, so I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on. I think I very quickly fell back asleep. What was up? I remember they announced a new Pokemon game. Well, not a Pokemon game. It's like the Animal Crossing Pokemon game where you play as a Ditto and you build up this little village of Pokemon. And I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna buy that. And there's like a 99% chance I will be streaming that as well. So I'm very excited for that. So this is gonna get worked on now, finally. No unemployed beavers. Supplies are looking good. So that's gonna get built. Is this finally? Thank God this is finally over and done with. Now we can demolish all this stuff down here. All right, guys. Probably gonna have to build a staircase going down here so they can retrieve all this stuff. Probably gonna have to come out from this direction. All right, we're gonna trust that our little men can handle this. Also, make sure my see-through powers are on so I can see through the water. Make sure that gets collected. Then we're gonna blow that up. I'm gonna be looking, making sure all of our sleuths are working. Oh yeah, there's this one over here. Oh, this one never got worked on. But it was a drought, right? Was it a drought or a bad tide? No, it was a warning for a bad tide. How close is this being? This is not high priority, so this needs to be probably a little higher. Yeah. These two need to be like upped as well. That needs to be worked on for the next 2 days. Trying to think. What else are we worried about? I still never figured out what to do here. I feel like I thought of something like a week ago of what to put down here, but then I completely forgot again. Tends to happen a lot to me, where I'll remember something and then I forget it almost immediately. We definitely have... Oh, we're running short-arm workers. And we just expanded our colony. So that's surprising. Our hauling post is not doing too hot. Looks like we finally have enough antidote now. Thank goodness. No longer have to worry about antidotes. Thankfully, there's no like jobs needed as far as I can tell. Yeah, those are marked to get picked up at some point in the future, in the near future. Anyone on this thing? Hello? Any baby? Yeah, there's a little baby beaver. Oh, he was on there for like half a second. He was having a great time. He was having the time of his life, and then he left. Of course, as soon as I decided to show up. Take a look at the hubbub. So this is all connected now, right? This is now working. Everything here is Gucci. We're all connected. I can disconnect all this. Okay, let's demolish all this stuff now. I'm gonna assume this stuff is Gucci. Just make sure all this stuff is picked up. Because all supplies are useful supplies. Okay, now I can see it storing up, or it's using power. Oh. It is slowly descending. So that definitely means we don't have enough power here. The fact that this is also getting used up. Oh. Can we put like a clock system? Can we be like, okay, this is only open during like off hours? So we can actually store some power? Some useful power? No? 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 Okay, no, I guess not. We could also, I guess, add a wheel down here. A wheel of power. Power wheel. Or water wheel. We do have the science. Got science on our side. Unfortunately, I did build this thing in probably the worst location we could have thought of. Who would have guessed that having all this here would actually be a detriment? There we go. Now we need to cross. We need a way to cross back over. Let me get this put into place. Does this need to sit up like a block? Can it sit there? Probably has to sit up a block, doesn't it? I'm gonna set it up at least one block and see how it does. See if it's happy. Looks like it's too wide. Oh, here comes the bad tide. Do 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 do. Here comes the tide. Alright, let me actually watch this stuff. How did this go? Well, apparently this worked. Are you guys open? No, you are... Open! Open! Dingus. And this is closed, right? Good. Finally, this is working as intended. Finally. I hate this. I hate this little river here. This thing has been the bane of my existence for like the past 3 sessions. Water got a little dirty, but we should be fine. Let me look at this again. That is flat on the floor. That's not doing shit. Oh, fun, 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 fun. We might end up just putting a second windmill. I don't think it's that big of a deal. A little unfortunate. I didn't want to have to put another windmill, but you know, it is what it is. I would like it to be at least somewhere where it's not going to be in the way. I'll just add 2. Not a big deal. I'm trying to decide if I want them to be... Oh, we'll just put them as exposed. There. A bit overkill for, you know, this one little guy, but apparently this guy needs it. Needs all that extra power to do, you know, God knows what with it. Unlike this over here, it really doesn't need that much power, but, you know, we're doing it anyways. How's this going? Oh, they actually got this finished. I did not expect them to have this already done. No, wait, this is the wrong side. It's this side we're looking at. Nope, yeah, that's about... They're gonna get sick. You know what? It's fine. They can get sick. We have an antidote. They can live with it. It's not the end of the world. I mean, they're only getting like what? Their little feet wet? Oh, that's pretty high up there. That's at least up to their ankles. We got plenty of antidote. We can handle it. We can handle a couple sick beavers. We got a couple of new babies. Means a bunch of people died. Yep. What exactly is happening here? Oh, because there's no wind. Yeah, because this thing's never gonna work with our power requirements. That's never gonna do anything. How's the audio doing? It looks like we're fine. Everything's audible. Not sponsored, by the way. Maybe one day. Not today, though. Let's see. Actually, now that I'm pretty sure they've already finished. Well, they're working on this. What exactly is here? Planks. I think we need to add another storage for planks. Because I guess our plank storage is not big enough, which is kind of surprising, considering that usually we're running low on planks. We never tend to have like an excess of planks. Trying to think of where I can put more planks here, because this is just the opened. Yeah, it's just a large pile. It's one of these. Because I seriously don't think we need any extra plankage. We can maybe stick it here somewhere. I'd like to stick it up here, but I don't exactly have an easy way to get up here. Trying to think of a way I can like stack things on top of each other. Well, we have a way actually. We're probably gonna have to go up one. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to go up one. Which we probably want to use this. We probably want to move that as well. Probably want that actually right there. That would have been bad to mess all that up. And then we need stairs Oh no, that's not gonna work there. You know, I've done this so many times, you think I would learn how all this stuff works. Shock and awe, I do not. Let's see how many storage things we can fit here. No, that has to be on the ground. Don't be silly. Alright, at least we can fit 2 things up there. And then we'll get a path to go up there. All that elaborate planning just for the logs that are here that are about to get demolished or put away. Dude. Look at this guy spinning. He definitely has all the power he needs. Yeah, and pretty soon this thing's gonna start going up. Surprisingly, it's not going up. It is still getting used. How fast is this thing going up? No, it's still going down. Wow. Really? Even after adding all this extra power, you're still going down. Holy moly. Can I like just pause this for like a minute and let this thing like recover? Doesn't need, like, I wish this thing you could put on like on a schedule to turn on after work hours. I feel like that'd be a little more useful. But you know what? That's fine. They don't have to do everything I say. Just some of the things I say. We can work on a mud pit. Mud pit requires the dirt stuff. So wind stuff, bulletin board. Okay, might as well just grab this stuff. Okay, we had I thought we had 32 science. I'm like, what happened to all our science? No. We have 32,000 science. Put a little thing over here at the entrance. Does it matter which way this is rotating? No, this can be in whatever direction. Little effigies out here in the front. Make them feel pretty good about themselves. I'm trying to think, like, what can I do? I guess we can cover the back of this. Yeah. Give them a little privacy. Little privacy hedge as their work. You know, they don't always have to see what they're up to. You know, you can see from going in this direction. You can't see coming from this direction. You shouldn't be able to see what's going on. Fence? Do we want a fence? I don't even know if we want a scarecrow. I feel like we're definitely gonna need some lamps here. I think it makes sense to have a lamp here so they can see what's going on. Not a ton of space for extra lights. How's this doing? That's all the way to the top now. All right. Now let's see if this thing actually starts to waver. I am shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Like three of these bad boys is not enough to power this little guy. I mean, I get it. It takes a 400, but these each produce like what? Like a 3? I thought each of these produced like 300. Yeah, each one produces 300. How is it that 3 of these are not able to keep up to demand? That's wild to me. That is wild. These things are not as efficient as I was hoping they would be. And the water level is way too low to really have as like decent wheel power. Crazy stuff, man. We already had a detailer. Yeah, that's what we already had. I guess we could have some campfires here. Give them something a little extra to do while they're hanging out. Do 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 do. I guess that's fine. Mm-hmm. Hammocks would be nice. Well, benches technically as well. Maybe put some benches over here just so they can chill out. I'm trying to think, like, how do I even want to lay this out? We'll give this a minute to develop so we can think about that. So all this space here that we're not really going to be using. A little unfortunate for them, but you know what? It's fine. How's this going? Any sick beavers? We do have some sick beavers. It was bound to happen because of the bad tide. Because they decided to work on this while the bad tide's happening. It's a little my fault. I'm not going to put the blame on them. It's my fault for not pausing this and, you know, disconnecting the route. So, my bad. Well, I mean, it's only 10 beavers. It's not the end of the world. And we have, like, a whole thing of medicine here for them to drink. They'll be fine in a couple of days. But they are out. They're out of supplies. Trying to think what I want to do. I think we can build that fountain thing here finally, because yeah, this has all been cleared out. Unfortunately, I think we're going to end up losing the supplies for this staircase. So be it. And then I want to blow out this little corner. Make sure that's high priority. Get built. Actually, I might as well put one here too, because why not? A little symmetry. A little bit of symmetry here. There we go. Detonate! Ha ha ha! Bet that scared you, buddy. I bet you were shitting yourself when you heard that explosion. I'm trying to think, maybe I want to as well do some stuff here as well. Like what, 2 deep? This would be 2 deep, right? Or is that 3 deep? I think that's 3 deep. So this is, it looks like that's 1 block, 2 block, 3 block. I would say this is probably 3 deep. Ah. Might as well make it somewhat symmetrical while we can. And then, unfortunately, we're gonna have to somehow build this. Not sure how. Probably gonna need something here. A little unfortunate. Just so that they know where to go. When we do eventually have to lay those things down. So this is closed, right? Yeah, it's closed now. These are open. Yep, those are open. Yeah, this is slowly getting to the ground by the end of the day. That's insane to me. I can't believe these aren't producing. These 3 are not producing enough to like sustain these 2 items here. That's crazy to me. And this still doesn't have supplies needed. I'm hoping no, this hasn't dried up. I'm hoping next season this will be dry, but looks like it's not, unfortunately. But it is slowly being worked on. It'll get there at some point. How are we doing? Yeah, I'm aware of the contaminated beavers. I know game. Oh man. I don't know if you have a local, what is it? Trader Joe's. But earlier today I went to Trader Joe's and I picked up the pumpkin spice premixed coffee, or like the pre-made extract. I think it's honestly I think it's extract, because this thing is hella strong. It was like $9. I was pissed. I'm like, brother, I could buy lemonade for like $3 here. Why are you charging me $10 for coffee? And it's strong. I put in maybe like a cup of coffee. I mean, I'm being maybe a little generous. It might be like like half or 3/4 of a cup. I didn't really measure. I measured like it was all based off of vibes, and I think I added too much. I obviously added too much because like the first sip I took, oh, I could almost see the sun. Like, well, I can almost see the future with how much caffeine that was in that first sip. So I had to split the drink up and add in more ice, and now it's tolerable, but it's just bitter. But yeah, I usually will occasionally buy coffee, like the coffee over at Trader Joe's, because I like getting it for iced coffee, because I don't like to brew hot coffee and then, you know, force it to be cold. That's it's a waste of ice. It's a waste of hot coffee, good hot coffee. So I just go to like Trader Joe's, pick up a thing of coffee, of premixed coffee, and I'll use that. This time they had the pumpkin spice one, and boy, was it strong. It's like an extra $1 or $2 for the pumpkin spice flavoring, but man, I'm feeling it. I'm wired. I definitely am not gonna be like, it's not gonna be obvious that I'm like jacked up on caffeine, but I can definitely feel it in me bones, in me blood. Me blood is running thick like vinegar, and it's fine. I think I'll be fine. I at least had the foresight to be like, okay, I need to like split this up, not drink this all in one go, you know, give myself a bit of a break in between doses. And yeah, so far so good for now. Oh god, what do I want to do? We're just kind of waiting for these guys to do stuff now. We're at that point in the game where it's like, now you can kind of just, you know, chill, relax. We don't really need that. The fluid pump pumps water or bad water up and down the side. Like 700, dude. Like if 300 can barely be powered by 3 of these, like there's no way. We have a centrifuge. We can dome the bad water, or we can like put up a rig, which I don't think it's super necessary. We can add a couple of bees. I think these want to be like in the fields. I think it'd be funny to put bees in the fields, just to sting to occasionally sting the beavers. How does this work? Oh, I see. So then I have to like, because what is the area of effect for bees? Come on. It is a 2, 4, 6, 7. So what is it going to be, a 7 by 7? So it's going to be 3 from each side. I'm not going to be super technical with these. We'll try those out and see what happens. Come on, stupids. Destroy. Kill. Kill for me. We'll just wait for those to get dealt with. They'll get dealt with at some point. We got 6 contaminated beavers. We're still doing pretty good on this. These guys don't look too concerned, so I'm not concerned. Oh. These things don't know what they're gonna be. One of them was gonna be planks. What is the other one gonna be? What do we have too much of? Metal? Probably metal. Looks like maybe scrap. How are we doing on... Maybe, There we go. And then make sure there's a path here. Oh, I know why. This thing. There we go. Now you're connected. So they'll be able to fill that up. What exactly are we missing from here? Explosives and extract. We have both. Yeah, we have both. There's no reason this is... Do we need more builders? I feel like we have a lot of builders. Is this a lie? Have I been lied to? Do we need to expand once more? More beavers? Did somebody say more? Maybe we need more. Let's see. If we're going to expand, how are we going to expand? How will we achieve this goal? I think we'll do something similar here where we have the hangout spots. Which means I have to pay attention to how I did this. So it looks like I have a slip road right in the middle. Okay. And then I have this here. Looks like I have a second one in there, potentially. No, I think that's a... Okay, I see what it is. It's a staircase. So we can actually get rid of this middle road. Unnecessary? Okay, and then... After that, I think I have a 2. Then looks like I do this, and then it turns into one of these, right? Probably a little shorter than that. There we go. And then up here, we can do these little tiki bars. These little hangout spots for them. So that they got stuff to do, extra stuff to do. There we go. There we go. We've expanded a little further than I wanted to, but we at least did expand. So can't say I don't care that I'm not trying to fill this out. I don't feel like I want to expand over 200. Like, I don't want to go past 100. I didn't feel like I needed 100, but everything's taking a million years. And it's very frustrating. So this all got built. Looking pretty good. Not bad. I wish I knew what else. Like, I wish I knew how to decorate. I wish this was like, City Skylines, where you can get into the nitty-gritty of decorating this BS. This would be great to have, like, somewhere in here. Maybe we can get that built here. So, what needs to be blown out? Like a little 2x2? So let's see. We're about to get a little dangerous. Okay, that's perfect. And we'll need a little guy to pump water into here every so often. Which probably means we're gonna need a little fluid dump, right? This guy. Might need like an extra thing of water. Like a little thing for him to, for the man behind the curtain to work. Or we'll just expand it a little more. That doesn't matter. Alright. How's this going? Oh, looks like you guys are done. So, say goodbye, sucker. Haha! Oh, we need to go one more deeper. That's a lot deeper than I expected. I didn't think it was that deep. Oh boy. And since we're here, might as well put this little effigy here. I can't, anything I want built, be built. What is the problem now, video game? What is the problem? Why are you unsatisfied? Does this need to be moved as well? I'm so very annoyed with these people. These beavers and their little mischief. Their little wanting things. How dare they have requirements and building regulations? How dare they contact OSHA and try to get me jailed? Try to get me fined. Damn it, I want a fountain here. I don't care that it doesn't fit. I want it and I want it now. Build my fountain, you little creatures. Somebody built this at some point. We'll come back to that in a second. I want to see all this stuff being used. No one's using my carousel. Wah! You hate me. You hate me. All these beavers hate me. Stupid beavers. I put all that effort in for them. And for what? For nothing. The disrespect. Be built! There you go. There. We're never touching this thing again. Stupid thing. Now, with that thing, once it's ready, and I feel like I can comfortably leave this place, we'll end the season. We'll end the session. But even then, we've only got like 40 minutes out of this whole thing, out of the little extra work. Oh yeah, that's right, bees. I forgot about the bees. Not the bees. No, don't do it. You don't want the bees here. They're gonna sting your beavers. Your beavers. We'll see how that's gonna play out. I think it'll be fine. So what would it be? It would be 6 over, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what was that? I accidentally clicked on something. Do 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 do. Wow. Hit building. Build. Yes. Build my little men, and ride my carousel. Ride it through your enjoyment. Looks like this thing is finally starting to equalize. It's not dropping as fast anymore. Whap, whap, whap. Yeah, it's not dropping. Not as much. Oh, paused it. Doo-doo-doo. Also would like to wait for this to get built as well. Obviously, I want this thing to be finished as well. That would be nice. Still never really figured out what I want to do here. Only patch of land that I really haven't thought too much about. We have plenty of administration stuff here. I feel like we're probably going to expand administration. I mean, would it be better just to expand like all that stuff over here and, you know, get rid of all this mess? Maybe. Maybe we finally take care of this this nonsense. Also want to be careful with how I destroy things. I don't want to accidentally take out my own thing. Okay. Hopefully nothing here was necessary. Okay. Maybe in the future we do use this area, but for now, like, it's not super necessary. This is from a time long past. Old chaotic ruins that are no longer needed. It is inefficient to have this stuff here. In fact, I mean, we could even blow, like, make this more even. Blow some of this stuff up. I mean, we might even just end up just moving all of this just over here, just so that we, you know, we don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. Don't have to think about this anymore. Just build a new department of, you know, hauling and builders on this side. So right now we have, you know, 3 of each. Maybe we can get like 4 or 5 of each, potentially. It's always a possibility. Another bad tide. Yuck. Disgusted. Trying to think what else we can do here. Never knew what to do with this. There's this big old pond of poo. I don't know what to do with this stuff. Like, I think the obvious thing is to create, like, what is it? A refinery? No, this doesn't really, because this is more robot stuff, which we're not doing this season. We'll do next season. There's the mine. We can do, like, might as well just do a mud pit, honestly, at this point. Like, we could do, like, the bad water rig, bad water dome. Don't need this. But where is the digging stuff? It's gonna be one of these. It's one that I haven't unlocked yet. I know that. Yeah. This can hang out. This should probably be somewhere over here. Because does this need power? It does need power. Let's see. How do we get power to this thing? I would like to not have to, like, push power too far away. I mean, I could build it on this side. I wonder if I could build it. No, because there's like a thing here. So let's get it up. Where was it again? It was over here, right? Yeah. Excellent. Now we can build it anywhere on this line. Still need to get power to it. But, you know, jumping the line here isn't so bad. Because where exactly do you connect it? I mean, hell, we could even make a new power source for it. there we go. I know this is slightly unnecessary, but if for whatever reason we need to get over here, I want to have the ability to get over here. Because I doubt there's a reason we'll ever have to get over here, but, you know, we at least have the option to. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, so this has all been built. There comes the bad tide. And then it would be... Who's this, right? Nope, right there. And then we need just a fluid dump. I don't mind if, like, someone's job is just to do this. Just as long as they can actually get to their job. Okay, I'm glad I didn't build it there. There we go. And then just to hide the shame of the park, we'll put this in here, privacy hedges. Just so that when people are here, they don't have to look at it. They don't have to look at the man behind the mirror, man behind the curtain. That's what it is. And then we can finally work on maybe getting a mud pit, maybe over here. I don't know. Would this make sense for a mud pit? Maybe here. I don't know. You're gonna be stuck next to the loud turbines. You're gonna be stuck to these windmills. You know, these things squeak like hell. Old as hell. There's a very high chance it'll land on you. It'll break and destroy you. So who knows? But, you know, a little bit of, you know, small sacrifices. So this needs to be fun mud pit, visitors 8, relaxing mud spa, requires haulers. Okay, so if I break that, how are we looking? Does that work? Hopefully that works. We'll get mud soon. So it takes dirt and turns it into mud. I assume that's just gonna kind of work on its own. I remember we made a mud pit in the past, but we had to dig into the wall to do it, and it required power. I don't know if that's the same thing, because I think that was with the iron teeth. The iron teeth I did that with, and I'm not sure if this is the same thing. Do we up their working hours? Maybe. Might as well. I'm thinking about it. We still have... What is going on here? What is the issue? Oh, I think I know. I think I did need to build a path. I think I have neglected my beavers. Yeah. No wonder why they can't get to their home. So we need path there, and then we need what, maybe this? There we go. And then they'll be able to live in that little area whenever. I was wondering why this wasn't working. It's because I didn't finish building it. Fun. Yeah, because we're in a bad tide, all the water is kind of turned off. So that's not going to be usable. This one won't be usable. Like, once we actually get like this whole thing figured out, they'll be able to pump this full of drinkable water that will then be contaminated by beaver fur. But that's not an issue. That's not too bad. That's not the end of the world. This almost got finished. It was so close. We were so close. We just had that little bit. Oh, it's a little bit. So we're gonna have more sick beavers. That's fine. Again, we got the extract to deal with them. I'm not too concerned about the sick beavers. Everyone here is working on this still. So I guess next job is to just build more of these over here, get these deleted, and I think that'll be fine. So let's see, make sure everything's running. So we'll start with the builder hut. I feel like these are probably the most important thing. So we need to build some platforms over here. That's not a big issue. They're going to be 2x, or well, gonna be this one. Come back here, hauling post, build that there, and then I think we'll do another row of builders and haulers. We're gonna need more like that. And then this is where it's going to get a little more complicated, because now we got to do builder huts, but they're all going to be hanging over the edge. So let me see how many I can build with that in place. Oh yeah, that's right. No, we'll be fine. Gotta go one more out. There we go. Perfect. I need another one right here. Fun. There we go. Not too bad. We don't need them all to extend to the very end. We can put maybe some stuff at the very end. These should be fine though. Yeah, those guys are fine. So we got some space here. Fill it up with some stuff. We'll fill it up once that's all built out. And then we can wreck these. One contaminated beaver. Sacrifices must be made. 'Tis the way. Let's see, we're not gonna have like a super optimized bee build or bee layout, but you know, we're using them. We're just checking it out. Seeing how bees work out, if we like it or not. Still working on that. We still have issues. I think it's because we're waiting for this to get built. This little thing down here. Yeah, that's still being worked on. So it'll be a hot minute before that gets built out. Oh, this is built. Look at this. Haha, it works. Excellent. And they're so happy. They're almost level 40s. I want to delete this because this doesn't need to be here now. Please don't delete the fountain or I will cry. Slowly back away. Slowly back away from the beaver fountain. Yippee! Up. Alright, we'll leave that there as just in case. Look at that! Finally! The wall. Excellent. Oh, that looks so cool. I'm happy. Look at that. That's quite the build. I'm pretty happy with that. Now that it's fully working and actually doing its thing, I like that. Granted, it doesn't look that great. Yeah, we're playing with pretty low graphics, but I like it. I think it looks pretty sick. I'm quite happy with our accomplishments today. So, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it, right? Because we got the three monuments, the three minor monuments built in our little humble abode. Everyone's getting bonuses as they walk in and out of the village, going to different districts. We managed to build a lot of things. We're still waiting for these two guys to get built. These right here. And I believe this mud thing is still not built. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get a new population soon. We'll get a bigger population. More beavers. Yeah, they're gonna hit 40 pretty soon. Nice. This is still getting worked on. My goodness, this has been like the Great Wall of China over here, trying to get this one built. I don't know why. The one over here, relatively easy. This didn't take that long to build, but for some reason this one has been taking like 3 sessions to get sorted. No, I think, well, technically this would be 2 sessions. It feels like it's taking forever because we're getting ready to wrap up. So that's why this feels like it's taking so long, but realistically it's not. I wish there was like a super fast forward mode. I guess we'll up the working hours for a little bit. Listen, they got so much going on, man. They can afford to give me a few hours. Give me a couple more hours of your day. Give me all your work hours. You got so many bonuses here. You guys are fine. You're not gonna. There's nothing to worry about. We got nine bad beavers. That's fine. Look at all the antidote we have here. You guys are good. Nothing to worry about. Ugh. Ugh. We kind of need more beavers. I'm trying to think. Do I want to expand this network? I don't think we need to, actually. This has been pretty useful. Like this as just a highway for everyone to walk back and forth with has been pretty useful. I can't imagine where I would want this little network to go. I feel like everyone can kind of get to each district pretty easily. Not sure. We got 20 baby beavers getting ready to pop in to the workforce. That'd be great, because yeah, with these sick beavers, you know, these aren't filled up to the max. And then we need someone out here to actually work on this stuff. Speaking of which, we can even high prioritize this stuff. There we go. Make sure that gets built. I mean, I want everything built, realistically. But I want them to focus. I want them to actually do it. Actually, it doesn't have to be super high priority, but second priority. And then what else? I'm not too worried about this. That can get built when it's ready. But also, I'm not too worried because I've been high prioritizing everything. Like, this is not like that big of a deal. Because that'll probably be done by the time they're done building the administration wing. And when they're done building the little extra pools. Speaking of which, how's this going? They got a frame. It's gonna take a bit. They got metal blocks, not all the metal blocks, but they got some. Let's see. Storage wise, I guess we can keep expanding our storage. Trying to think of how we can utilize what we have here already. Probably need to. Where does this lead to? Oh, it leads to those guys. Can't really demolish that. We can. No. I'm trying to think. You know, I'm sure this isn't gonna bite us in the butt, right? And then this needs to be built up by 1. There we go. Getting a little more wiggle room over here. And if we're lucky, we can maybe then expand out in that direction. But for now, we'll just kind of do that. Just so we have more space here. Granted, we have all this space here that I should realistically be using as well. Just not using. So why don't we do that instead? Because might as well. Oh, that sucks. Oh, this one. Still takes up a lot of space. If they were only just a little bit smaller. Ah. I would have to rework the path here. I'd have to expand the path. So they'll get expanded. We'll delete those once that's built. And then we'll build the lumber yards in there. And then we'll also have this little extra area over here to work with. But yeah, this game, you can seriously just, you can get lost for a while playing this. I am genuinely having fun. I love Timberborn. This is such a fun game to play. I have such a good time. It's such a relaxing time to play this game. I always look forward to streaming Timberborn because I know I'm gonna have a good time. It's always fun to just kind of like, you know, pick away, slowly beaver my way through the game. So yeah, we're waiting for this thing to get built. It's getting there. And then this thing will get built at some point too. This one I'm a little more worried about because we need the dirt extractor. And that's not built yet. I'm a little puzzled what I want to build here. I guess we could do like just like a little hammock area or a little seating area. I guess we could also just put in like medical beds, showers. I think showers need to be connected to water. They have showers over here, but it's like one shower. Oh, we got some stuck beavers. Oh, you dum-dum. I'm sorry, guys. The thing is, that's also not going to get built. So that's a little unfortunate that I had to get destroyed. But now we can do that. There we go. We got someone here. Now it'll slowly get filled. I'm just thinking like, because I can also do showers on this side. So we would definitely have to do something similar that we did over there. Which maybe we do. Like, it doesn't hurt. Only issue is that I immediately see is that these beavers are going to have a hard time figuring this stuff out while this lamp is at least here. So these might have to get destroyed for now. I will... I'll bring them back. Oh, my throat. Help! Still not ready. There we go. Pop, 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 pop. I'm back. Don't worry. When you drink coffee with milk, the phlegm just builds up. It's not a big deal. Now, also, while we're waiting for that, we'll wait for this to get built, and then I'll blow it up, and then we'll do what we did here. Do. Oh, this did get built. Nice. So once we actually start getting dirt, they can start using this as well. What's the issue here? Why not? Oh, is the entrance higher? Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's a little unfortunate for us. Okay. So we need this one. I like how hilly this little area is. It's got stairs for no reason. This is where you get your workout in. If you need to get your steps in, you come here. You work here. There we go. And this will slowly get us dirt. I'm surprised that got built at the same time as our little mud pit. Very good timing on our end. I don't know how the beavers figured it out. Oh, I guess that explains this. So now that this is built, maybe we can work on decorating this little area, making it a little nicer for the beavers that are going to be here. Now, how do we achieve that is the question. We can go to some decorations. I mean, might as well get some, like, lamppost. I think that's a good place to start, is with some light. Make sure these beavers can see when they're coming over to work. And get some benches. Ah, wake up. Okay. I guess shrubs here for now. Get some intimidating beavers in the front. Yes, very threatening indeed. And then back here, I'm trying to think what I want to put back here. What do you think they would like back there? I feel like a bulletin board is going to be useful. At least there. Over here, they don't have that. I feel like they always need to know, like, job postings, things they got to update. I want to build something a little more fun in the back here. A dance hall. That sounds about right. No, we'll build a carousel back there. I feel like this would be appropriate, right? No, just a little too big. We can give them a play to contemplate. Showers, not like the worst idea. Not crazy about it though. Maybe we just put in a contemplation spot for them to, you know, think about their choices, think about the corporate grind that they've got themselves into. There you go, guys. Think about the job that you're working. If it's really for you, if it's not, what are you gonna do about it? And then we can get rid of this. Get rid of these now. Because, yeah, we need these guys to find new jobs. Alright, sorry guys. But time is money, and you are all fired. Because I need more money. So, and you're taking up all the money. So, goodbye. Make sure to pick up all these resources. And then we run into a very similar situation here where it's like, now we have all this empty space, but you know, it's a little less daunting because, you know, we can kind of just fill out the We can fill out the cornfield here. What exactly is happening here? Why is this not being destroyed? At some point that will get destroyed. It was wheat. Let's make sure our wheat fields are just filled up. Make sure they can actually reach that. Oh yeah, they could very easily reach that. There you go. That's not so bad. Now this looks a lot more full. Anything else we're missing? No, this is all built. These guys are good to go. This is here. Nicely done. And there's a little treat for you guys. That's not gonna work. We're gonna need to expand a tiny bit more. It's gonna be a little dangerous. Not gonna lie. But, you know, sacrifices have to be made. So we'll let them work on that. Let's see how the mud thing... Oh, yeah, this is already working. We already got mud. Which means... Yeah. This... Can we put more mud in here? I think mud is going to be one of those open storages. Let me look at what we have excess of. A lot of food. Let's get that in there. And let's get, I guess... Maybe the resin, paper, or explosives. And then let's get this destroyed so we can build in those storage units. I think I'm gonna build the deep ones, the deep storage. These guys. And this is gonna be... We definitely need one for dirt, without a doubt. Logs, we definitely have plenty. Maybe scrap. Because it feels like we need more, we need space for things like scrap and stuff. And mud, we're gonna have a lot of mud. We're gonna have more mud than we know what to do with. We also expanded this out, so, you know, if we ever need to further expand, we can. But for now, that takes care of some of our storage problems. Make sure this is connected. So if we ever need to get on this side for whatever reason, we can. Don't really need to right now, but we can in the future. What's going on? Why are you guys all thirsty? There's plenty of water. I think I can probably put down the work hours. I think you guys have earned a 12-hour workday. How generous of me. You only have to work 12 hours a day now instead of the full 20 hours. You know, I'm such a benevolent God. You know, no need to worship me. But please do if you... No. All right, I'm gonna stop it there. I can be funny. I can make myself laugh very easily. So fluid dump, we'll just have one of these guys just chilling. And then we'll have... I think we'll definitely do showers. There we go. I think we'll put some bushes. Some little bushes on the side. And then we'll make sure that so we'll do this. Well, these don't matter because they can reach those whenever. Actually, this can just be neutral. Yeah, as long as they... No, wait. I think I did that in reverse. This needs to be that, and then this needs to be that. There we go. So they can actually walk in here and work on it. And there's a little bit of privacy, but not a lot of privacy for these little guys. No unemployed beavers. And everyone's at 40. Let's go. We've definitely done it. We've completed 42. Holy moly, that was a big jump. We went from 40 to 42. Let those guys get haulers. And then over here, I mean, we're going to get water at some point. Prioritized by hauler. Let's make sure someone's at least here to actually work on this. And then it'll be better. What exactly is happening? Oh. I can't believe these three cannot support this and keep this charged. 45, holy moly. We actually might get to 50. I'm trying to think. I really didn't think I needed this to be higher. Or I definitely didn't think I needed more power. But we're looking like you might need a little more power. So let's see if we can figure this out. This thing's kind of like in an awkward area. Oh, we're probably gonna have to push this back a little bit further on this side. Hmm. $46, let's go. And then unfortunately, we'll have to do that. Can't even fit a second one in there. I mean, why not? Okay, I just saw that it didn't need that last one at the bottom. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this at the bottom and then connect these two. At least save some time and money. And then we still need a way to cross over here. Still don't have a way of crossing this area, which I still need to think about. Yep, it's Beaver Sim City. Welcome, Blaze. Welcome back. Today, we're actually getting ready to wrap up everything. Look at all the stuff I managed to build. Right now, I'm currently working on trying to get this this stupid carousel to actually work without having to waste, you know, our storage battery. I seriously thought that 3 windmills would be enough to keep this topped up and this spinning indefinitely, but it looks like we're probably gonna need like a power wheel or 2. But we'll see if this water wheel is enough to, you know, keep everything humming along. I don't got my hopes up, but you know what? It's the only other thing I can think about. But that's the goal. So hopefully you're having a good one. Hope you enjoy your time here. And I have to make a way for these guys to cross the river again, because I've just been ignoring this side of the river. There we go. That's a lot better. So hopefully that's gonna work. Yep, they'll be able to walk over that. That's all powered. That will get connected at some point in the near future. This is, yeah, prioritized by hauler. And this should be as well. Yep, that's good to go. Oh, this one did get built. You dumb dinguses. I have to break this. All right, you dummies, build it. I'm waiting. There we go. Look, like there are times where it does go up, but the majority of the time it sits like down here. These things are supposed to produce like look, it's like supposedly 400, but it's only producing 160. That's crazy. I'm hoping this will be at least, you know, this will help us, you know, tip the scales a little more, but we'll see. I don't have my hopes up, but I'm hoping it's going to do something at least. Let's see. Other than that, what else have we done? Well, we expanded a little bit. Not by a lot. How's the food here? What is this supposed to be? Grilled chestnuts. So we have 2 gatherers. It looks like, yeah. And they're both prioritizing chestnuts. How are the chestnuts? Yeah, these are chestnuts. I feel like we have a decent supply of chestnut trees. How long do they take? 8 days. Holy moly. And then these are maple trees, right? Yeah, that's just for maple. This is just for sap. Which we're doing great on. Just for some reason, we don't have enough chestnuts. That's not the end of the world. Worst comes to worst, we can just like, you know, partition this part off for more chestnuts, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. What food do we have excess of? Carrots for sure. And spatter duck. What is this? That's potatoes. We might as well just switch this over to carrots, I think. Because we have a ton of carrots. Why do we have so many carrots? Let's see. Is there anything we can even do with carrots? I think you can. Can't you turn them into like oil? It's for the like this stuff, right? Yeah, we can be turning it into I guess oil of some sort, some kind of battery juice. And then that would make the bots. I'm gonna try to hold off on the bots. I don't need the bots today. Bots are gonna be next season. We'll work on producing bots and then getting the mega dome built out. There's the drought. Oh, finally, they got rid of this. Now, where are the bees? Where did I put the bees? Here they are. Not the bees! I wonder if the bees work on the water plants. Probably not. I do want to put them here, though. Might as well put them in the wheat field. Why not make my farmer's lives a living hell? So, it'll be right there. So if I remember correctly, it's like 3N. Let's see. Right next to them. This is gonna be very funny. Beavers will occasionally get attacked by bees while they're on the zip line. Oh, that's silly. I kind of hope that, like, part of me secretly hopes that happens. Like, oh god, the bees, they're coming after me, oh god. I can't move fast enough. That's a very funny scenario in my head that I like. There we go. I'll just wait for the other ones to finish. I'll wait for them to yank out. Oh my gosh, that was so many beavers. Holy moly. How did this turn out? Not bad. Looks decent at least. you know, pretty good for like an industrial area, if I do say so myself. Oh, this is all built now, so thank God this is finally built. The goal now is like, now what? This is built. Blow. Spin. 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 Why are you not spinning? Is there not enough water pressure coming down here? Oh, that's right, we're in a drought. I forgot. Wow, great timing. Great timing, Lerch. You got this built during a drought. Big brain move. It's fine though. I think we've done all of our jobs now, right? Like everything's been built. I think we can actually wrap this up. Yeah, I mean, unless we want to actually build this now, which how are we doing on this? 500? No. 2,000. We only have 300. And 1,500. We only have 400. Holy moly. Yeah, we are not prepared. We don't have the resources for this. But that's fine. It's by design that we don't have the resources for that. Well, we'll wait for the drought to end, and then I think we'll wrap it up. Make sure that we leave them on a good cliffhanger, or on a good note, not a cliffhanger. Leaving them would be like, you know, sending a meteor to wreck their house, and then being like, oh, we'll see what happens next time. But yeah, we'll ride out the drought, and then we'll leave them off on a good season. Make sure they're all good to go, because we've done basically everything we set out to do. I did everything I wanted to do. The original goal of this whole thing was to establish... Oh, actually, well, I'll finish my thought in a minute. Don't worry. I'll finish my thought once I get this stuff built. Ah, why are the bees always like slightly too laggy? There we go. Right next to their working area, so just in case if they try to avoid it. But yeah, the original goal of this whole season of Timberborn was establish, thrive, survive, and then escape the dome. And then once we escape the dome, establish our districts, which obviously our main district, our first district was our food cultivation farming lands. Our next one was industrial. So get all of our supplies and storage here. And then our last district was, I guess, community, home, and entertainment, which we have done with flying colors. I think we've established this very well. Obviously, a lot of the stuff was done off screen. So I had to do like a lot of the monotonous stuff get built. Had to wait for a lot of sick beavers to cure themselves, which is why we have so much of an antidote. I'm going to keep showing this off because it's pretty important. We managed to not only block off bad water, like constant bad water, but we've even managed to drain this little area over here so we can actually get some steel. So we can get some scrap metal from here. We even managed to put sluices up to get all the water to redirect once the water does go bad. We have a pretty big storage of water here just sitting that we can keep pumping throughout the season so we never drop. Looks like our logs are pretty low. We're just waiting. I guess we're just waiting for trees to grow. Yeah, they're about halfway done. Thankfully, we don't really need more logs. It is crazy. You know what the crazy part is that these are ruins. These were like the lore, quote unquote lore, is that this is like several thousand years in the future after humanity has passed on and died and like is lost to history. And these beavers are all that remained. Now, if we can actually get a beaver to come down here, I want you to like see the size of a beaver compared to these ruins. So the idea is that these are meant to be like skyscrapers that they're harvesting. And you can see they're like Like that's like a 10-foot tall beaver right there, easily. Like 1 to 2 story tall beaver. So, you know, scale wise, I think the scale is crazy out of proportion. Like we got super beaver mutants here. It's not something I expected. Because you play this game and you think, oh yeah, you know, the beavers, they're like beaver size. And it's like, no, you go a little deeper into the lore. Like, well, like, I don't know if it's canon or not, but I think it's canon because I think it's a funny idea that these used to be skyscrapers. And these beavers just mutated over the years to become the dominant species. I mean, obviously they had to be, right? Because they're smart enough to build a colony and figure out how to harness power. Granted, you know, despite this not working, that is the intention. Speaking of which, we're still in the middle of the drought. That's why. Oh, there we go. We got our beavers up to 50 happiness. So I'm happy about that. That's the highest I've ever had by beavers. I think the highest I can normally get them on a normal playthrough is like what, 30? Like just below 30. I've never had them at 50, so they're working pretty hard. I think. Let's look at the not this. I want to actually look at the beavers. So as you can see, once you get them to like, oh man, this guy's like 56. Holy moly. So you can see the benefits of getting like a high well-being is they work 220% faster. They move 60% faster, and they have double the life expectancy. So they're going to be living to be like, I don't know, how old is this beaver? How old are you? This guy's 14. So what is the average lifespan of a beaver here? Not too sure. But I would not be surprised if this guy lived to be like 200. Like with that high of a well-being. How about you? How old are you? Oh, out of here. This guy is 84. This guy's 84 years old. This guy's been pumping his log for like at least 60, 70 years. And he probably has like another plus 20 years. So I'm pretty sure the beavers can live up to be like 100. You know what? I think the developers could be Polish. Now that you mention it, there's a very high chance that the developers are Polish. And I think that's very funny. I'd have to look at who the studio is and where the studio is found. But yeah, I would not be surprised if the indie devs are Polish. But I'm trying to think. I think we're more or less done with everything here. I think I'm ready to wrap things up. You caught me right at the end of the whole thing. Man, I have this stuff uploaded to YouTube. The first stream was stressful. Like my beavers, I almost lost the season. Like if you have 0 beavers, you lose the map and your progress, and you have to restart over. And that almost happened to me on the first episode of this. So it was very stressful. From Poland, even from my town. Oh, cool. Yo, that's sick. That is awesome. You can hit them up. That is cool. You can just be like, hey, big fan. Also Polish. Give me a job. No. I mean, you could, but that's silly. But yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I had a feeling they would be Polish. Let's see. Anything else? Any last minute things we can do before we wrap things up? I don't know. I mean, we can just like give them normal working hours. Because over here, I used to have them at 20. Now they're at 16. Well, I used to have them at 24. Well, no, 20. I had them at 20, then 16, then 12, and now they're at 8 hours. So now they're working normal hours. So these guys can live a normal life now as we get our next season started. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you, Blaze, for dropping in. Hope you enjoyed the beavering. I had a great time playing this. This was fun. I'm gonna definitely play more. I think the next time I play this, I want to do like maybe a challenge map. I remember there was like one where there's like the anti-drought map where dry seasons are safe and, you know, normal seasons you can flood your colony. There's also like tiny maps like what is it? Like little, what are they called? The little ant things where you can have ants as pets. They have like these little aquariums for ants. they have a couple of maps like that, which would be pretty interesting to write out. Be interesting to see how long I can survive on like this little tiny map. I definitely would have to show you later on. We'll see. And then there are some other challenges like you know, there's gonna be poop everywhere. There's the poop, what is it? The poop volcano, where they have basically one of these. They have one of these, but they have it like a huge cavern that will eventually like overflow if you don't get like across the river and get yourself into safety. That's one I might end up doing. I might end up looking for the poop volcano map and trying to do that in the future. But yeah, that sounds fun. Anyways, I mean, I know I was gonna wait for the drought to end, but like it's taking forever for the drought to end. And these guys are good. They got plenty of water. I think they'll survive the next 2 days without my supervision. And yeah, let's wrap things up. So yeah, thank you, man. Thank you everyone for watching. I will catch you on the next stream. Do we have a buddy online that we can raid into? Not at the moment, but so we'll probably just end things here. But yeah, thank you, Blaze. Probably be some One Piece next week, potentially. I might end up doing some Kuzan next week. I have that deck built and I've been itching to play it on the simulator. So yeah. Yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. So until then, goodbye. Bye 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 bye.